Hello, everybody. This is Eliz-Sha from wisdomseekers.net, and emphasis on the .net. And that's my spiel. That's my logo. Wherever you see that, that's where we are. And I'm going to do an interactive today if people come on. We forgot to put down the garbage. Yeah, that's what happens when you clean the floor and forget things. So I'll move this a little bit too. It's my alcohol because I paint things all the time. And this is my latest painting job. I don't know if you can see it very well or not, but it's a well, people call it Kuan Yin. And it's basically pinks, done in pinks, but it's sort of, the colors sort of slide back and forth. And also, hi, Aaron. So anyhow, that's I do a lot of paintings and things like that are working with wire, mostly because I can't keep my hands slow. They have to be moving. If they're not moving, I'm bored. Hey, Carol. From Australia. Yeah, it would be morning there. Yeah, because you're 18 hours ahead of us or something like that. India is like 12 and a half hours ahead of us. And Middle Europe is about 9 hours ahead of us. It's France and whatever, a few other places, Greece. It's kind of cool, actually. Ahead of me, not ahead of North America. So there goes our puppy. He decided he was going to cuddle up with Elle.
No, I think I'm gonna have to feed him.
Yeah. Oh, he's decided he's hungry. Yeah, we are doing an interactive. Until we do, though, I'm just going to chatter on inanely. The energy is, again, a little bit, well, let's put it this way. We have more coronal mass ejections coming in, which means it hits the Earth or hits close to Earth. It causes aurora borealis, at least in the northern countries. I don't know about, hi, Maria. I don't know about in Oz, but it also it affects electrical systems. So if you have a lot more headaches the last few days, or you're tired, it's because our bodies have electricity running through them. The ley lines, no, they're not ley lines, chi lines, and things like that. Heidi Sparks. And Elle is here. Yes, she's just feeding puppies because they decided they were hungry. And it does throw us off balance quite a bit. And I think it also has the effect of pushing us to, if we've got blocks, it pushes through the blocks, and that can be, as you know, having lived through spirituality for the last how many years, you know that can be exciting and not very much fun. So yeah, it is interesting. And right now, there's an old curse from the East, and it is, may you live in interesting times. Well, we must all have cursed each other over the years because we are living in interesting times. Though I have it on good authority, we've come into life at this time specifically to deal with the energies that we're dealing with. And quite frankly, if you look below the surface, not at the news, but below the surface, we are doing a good job. And you can ask questions, by the way, ladies. In the meantime, I am going to keep on talking. So what else have I got to say? Mostly I've been painting and having lots of fun painting, and I don't know if you can see it. That's butterflies. Can you see the butterflies? So we do have a lot of fun. And this is a new mold we've got, an Ibu. Ow. I learned Ibu. Ibu is French, and I learned to say it in French. So I always fall back on the French terminology rather than the English terminology. Yeah, my language is full of funny little sayings that don't belong to English. So again, the energy is very we're shifting and changing. And if we've done the work, then we slide over it. If we haven't done the work, we're sort of yanked down, because as I tell people, we can't take that with us for where we're going. We cannot take it with us, so we have to let it go. And some of us will have done work in different areas, and other people will have done work in alternate areas. They'll be fine, and other people won't be, or I won't have done the work in the particular area, and I will crash and burn for a bit. And it's because we have done this before, we have the tools to deal with it, and we don't reach out and talk to people who do have the tools, or have done it before. So, hey, Ava.
Did you want Maria's
Yep,
question?
I'd like to do Maria's question.
What do you see coming for me in the next weeks? Thank you.
I do. Unfortunately, I apologize for this. I think the next 3 weeks are going to be a little bit rocky. That doesn't mean you won't be able to deal with it, because, as I was saying, energetically, you have the tools. You've done it before. You can make it through. It is going, but of course, unfortunately, it will be a little bit stressful. On the other side, which is where you want to have your eyes on the other side, there I see a sense of relief and a sense of, oh, thank God I made it, and the sense that everything will turn out fine. Just getting to that place of dealing with all the horse stuff is that's the part that will be the hardest part for you. Again, I'm going to recommend you find that which gives you pleasure and do it. If it's reading books, read books. If it's cooking, cook. If it's going for walks, go for walks. But look after yourself, baby yourself for the next 3 weeks. You will make it to the other side. It will be fine. Good luck.
Aaron Lou with the $10 super chat asks, just wondering if you see any potential love opportunities for me this year. Thank you.
Let me pull the cards for you for that, because I've been doing a lot of dailies, and people who haven't had love for years are things are coming out that it's time for people like us to have relationships. So I think the answer to that is it's got to be a resounding yes. I know you came close not too long ago. Okay, there's something that you need to see within yourself first, and once you sweep that up, oh cool, yeah. So for the first card out was Major Arcana of the Judgment, and the Judgment, as I read it, since we're moving into a new energy, the Judgment is that you're seeing things more clearly, and you're coming to the end of the Four of Swords, of things not being working as well for you as they should have, which means you're cleaning up your energy, and you're cleaning up the energy, not somebody else. This is, you're choosing to do this. And that means you come into the Fool card, which again to me is exciting because it's brand new energy. Anything is possible. So let's see now about Okay, already had that similar card. Okay. So they're not willing to. Okay, you need to. It is to your benefit to make a decision and change the direction that you're going, because the cards started to replay themselves. And okay, this is what I'm seeing for you, Aaron. This is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess, this is where you've been for a long time. And because you've been at the High Priestess for a long time, you've been lonely. But now it's time for you to, and then the King of Wands. The King of Wands is somebody who's very similar personality to you, wise, sees things clearly, and is open to helping only if they absolutely need it, and that's who you are. And but that the priestess generally is alone. Now it's time to maybe abdicate that role and move into the Empress role of being abundant in all forms. And I think when you do that, I at this point, I cannot tell you that it will happen, but the Empress is abundance in all forms, right? So the Empress without her Emperor is not fully manifested. So if you put the effort in, Six of Pentacles, and do the work, and this is the work of changing your mind of who you are. It's you have it in your mindset that you are separate from the rest of humanity, because you have done the work. You have done a lot of what is necessary to get through the events. Now you need to step down from that role and allow yourself to be the Empress rather than the High Priestess. So that's a change of perspective, because the Empress is a married woman. The High Priestess is not. The High Priestess is alone, and we don't want that. And it's time. The energy is time to have the male-female balance in energy. I promise you that, because it comes out every single day that I do a daily for weeks now. All right, I'm done.
Angie asks, "Hey there, may I get your insight into my future husband? Thank you."
Angie. So one question I have for you is he there, or is he on the horizon? I will see what I can do. So you will know him by his eyes. He's got a smile in his eyes. I think he's going to irritate the bejeebers out of you, and he'll tease the hay out of you, and you won't recognize that he's teasing you until you look at his eyes, and the eyes are twinkling. He looks good. He's not somebody you'd choose normally, but he's somebody that you would choose happily when you know him better. He will give you everything you want. He will make your life miserable by teasing you. You will have to learn to not grin and bear it, but tease him back. That's his way of saying, I like you. And we don't have to like how people say we like you. We have to, but we do have to accept how we choose to accept it. And he will, if you can go past him, his teasing, he is kind of a wonderful guy. Good luck, Angie.
Carol Peachy says, "I believe you're here to enlighten us. What an amazing legacy."
I truly appreciate that, Carol.
Ava asks, "Please, can I have some guidance from my spirit guides regarding my love life to get me through Venus retrograde transit my 12th house. Thank you so much.
I understand Venus retrograde, but transit my 12th house, no idea. I think in this case, you're given a chance to go over and clear up a few more loose ends where it comes to love. And at the end of the transit, your 12th house means it's the end. I would assume that it means that it's the end and you're going into new beginnings. All right. So I pulled the Wheel of Fortune for you, which means energetically you're going to start moving up when it comes to love. I do believe a lot of the things you've been dealing with for the last few years are when it comes to trusting yourself and trusting that you are lovable. I think you've got it. By the end of this Venus retrograde, you've got it, and you will transition to a higher vibration. And you know what the Beach Boys say? We're all surfing on a high vibration. Let's go for it.
She says House of the Subconscious and Endings. So
Oh, okay.
I think
So
you got it right.
basically, I got it. I usually do because I trust my intuition.
Keisha W asks, "Hello, ladies. Will the man I conceive my children with be the one I marry? Thank you."
And I have a sorry answer for you. I really apologize. Half of the children will be the one you marry, or part of the some of the children will be the one you're married to, and the first probably not so much. But it will be good in the end because that person will be the father of all.
It's how a lot of relationships are going right now. You will get a set of children from one relationship that the reason you're with that relationship
Is
because of the children. And then you realize it's not great for you or your kids, so you upgrade to a better choice.
But he will be a good father to all.
Sorry.
We have smoke so bad that you can't see across the valley to the montañas across the valley.
Divine Empress asks, "Is N a good long-term relationship for me?"
Did we miss tarot?
No, that's Divine Empress.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't want to read all the name.
Okay.
And loyal, good, I feel fall in the same category, so.
And I think you want to go to the next letter, honestly. Did you get the same thing?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think maybe start at A again.
Erin Lou says thank you. Angie says I'm currently single. Thank you for the insight.
Well, he is a huge tease.
Divine Empress says lots of love to you, dear.
I'm really sorry about that. He feels like a nice guy. He's just not the right guy.
Ava adds, teasing is the love language of fire signs.
Oh,
it's
really?
also the love language of being mom's children. If you get hurt, we check, are you dead? No. Are you dying? No. Okay. You should have seen that coming.
We're not very not very nice in our family. If you're not hurt, we do tease you all the heck. You're not hurt badly.
Yeah, and Ava finishes off right now with thank you for the message.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. What maybe we could do a bit more for Divine Empress. I'd love to know why you changed your name to Tarot Tube. Oh, there's our bub. Can you see him? He's such a spoiled brat. Anyhow, we spoil our dogs. We don't spoil our humans.
Nope.
I do think Ed is a really nice human being. I'm going to restate that he can be a nice human being when he feels like it, but it's like 50% of the time.
He's not your good human being.
I think you'll find that you might not bring out the best in him, and so with you end up leaving him and find somebody else. He might end up with another person, and they're perfect for each other, but it's because you helped him learn how to be perfect. But because of this, the lot of the water that's already moved under the bridge, so to speak, he can't. The cycles are already in place for you and him, and once cycles are in place, it's really difficult to break them. You have to really understand it and want to. I do see. I have no idea what the next alphabet letter is. But I think that somebody that you'll find is more compassionate, more seeking to please you. And I'm going to say something to you, Divine Tarot. It's time that you looked at yourself with a little more compassion, a lot more love. It's something you've been working on for a while. But there's that last little bit where you just don't believe it. And me looking at your aura, all I can say is, get rid of that. Believe it. You are pretty darn cool.
Real quick, Carol, we've tried everything to clear up my coughing, antibiotics, tests to figure out what's triggering it. We've spent 7 years, if not longer, on trying to figure out what's going on.
She's not asthmatic, but
according to the computer, but the computer's never right with me.
Yeah, because she's a tech wizard, right? One of the kids that came in is a tech wizard. But yeah, we have smoke so bad that it's hard to breathe even indoors.
Yeah.
Because the smoke's coming down from northern BC, northern Alaska, the States, and it comes down, and we're in a valley. We're on the edge of the valley, so the valley, it catches the smoke.
And it sticks around.
It's going to stick around and stick around. This hotel no more.
But I do appreciate the advice.
We have honey. We have honey. We've made candy.
Yeah.
We buy candy. We make syrups.
Everything works temporarily, and then my cough comes back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
There's not much to do except grin and cough and bear it.
Luckily, we have a good doctor who doesn't give up on us.
Yep. Keisha W says, I understand. Thank you, ladies. Divine says, thank you, dear. D Spark says, smoky here today in Wisconsin. Crazy.
Yeah. Comes from Canada, eh?
Yeah. Princess Nee asks, please do my guides have any messages for me?
Let's see, Princess Nee. Is it Nee or Nye?
I think it's Nee. I might depend on her region.
Yeah, that's true.
So sorry if I got you.
I can't concentrate. I'm So you're moving, not physically, but I'm having a hard time catching your guides because your energy, and this is happening to a lot of very spiritual people right now, your energy is moving up. And because your energy is moving up, your guides are moving back up a little further. And I'm having a hard time catching hold of them because the energy, it's in flux right now, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just it's kind of, you're probably feeling like you're in that in-between stage. And honestly, I hate the in-between stage, but the in-between stage doesn't last forever. If you're having trouble seeing what the next step is, don't look further than the next step. Because once you get through it, the landscape will open up for you and it will change. I do believe there's going to be a new door that you can knock on or open. And for some reason or other, the door comes out purple. Or you can walk past the door and continue along the same pathway you're going. The purple door looks really enticing to me, but then I'm always curious about something new. Let's try that. I haven't been there before. I think with you open the purple door and just have a peek behind it, you may choose not to go back to your old path. And your old path, you've actually got a lot of the qualifications you need for the old path. And with you want to do, and the purple door would be a rapid adjustment period upwards. Not necessarily, if you choose the purple door, please ask for grace and ease, because you don't want to go fast ever. But there will be a short-term rapid adjustment to it, and a lot of the things that you were doing on the pathway, you're now doing the positive things. You will translate to this new path. It's just that it will work in a higher vibe. The energy's higher. It's stronger. You will be able to do more of it. It will be that the gifts you have now will be amplified. And if you are a healer, your amplification of the gifts will be quite a bit stronger. And you will find that more people come to you for, I see tabletop counseling, but I also see hands-on. Good luck on that.
Carol Peachy says, that's a bummer about the smoke. I make infused honey.
Infused honey. That one, I don't think we've ever done infused honey.
No. But I've had Manuka honey.
She buys Manuka honey and things like that. Thank you, Champagne.
Princess Nee says, wow, I love your message. I was thinking of starting a podcast to help others.
Well, then go for
it.
Perfect time.
There's a new podcast service.
Yeah.
They're called. It's called Podco. It's run by the voices of Kim Possible and Ron
Stoppable.
Yeah.
That dates her, doesn't it?
Well, I'm actually more surprised that you remembered his last name. But yeah, look into that. They also host like the actors from the Wizards of Waverly Place, a lot of old school Disney, early 2000s Disney people.
And Spotify has podcasters too.
Yeah. But just don't get married to one specific streaming service. Put your stuff out there everywhere. It is more,
especially nowadays.
Yeah, it's a lot of the advice from people who've been doing YouTube for 10 years.
She does a lot of. She could be an investigative journalist because she's always studying things. My daughter.
I sleep with not air purifiers, but aroma dispenser misty thingies. Yeah, that nothing works. We've tried basically most everything that we can think of. And people,
essential oils.
Yeah, people send try this
No, and
often.
we do try them
And we do get
because after that many years, kind of desperate.
and right now, between my coughing from the smoke and the smoke itself, it's just my voice is dead.
Oh, she's been coughing for weeks now.
Yeah,
I know. I want to strangle her.
I try not to, but yeah, no, my voice is just dead right now.
Mm.
But again, thank you for your advice. Divine, I'm going to come back to you.
I actually have an answer
Okay.
because I read ahead. And the answer is yes, you are. I'm sorry. It's probably the last quarter of your life, but you're going to be happily married and very. It's going to walk into the sunset together. You know that song, and we probably don't. It's called a Daisy a Day. That kind of a relationship. And if you don't know it, Google Daisy a Day song because it's from the 50s or 60s, and it's the kind that makes you cry. Okay, now I can go forward.
Thank you, Carol. I'm not fast enough of a typer, but thank you. I do appreciate your help and the advice.
We do, actually. We do appreciate it.
All right. Princess Nee says, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you both. I appreciate it. D Sparks, may I have a message from my guides, please?
Okay, sure. D. So I haven't got a message like this for a couple of years. I don't know if you go out in nature or not, but I see them, all your guides, hunkered down around a campfire, playing with the fire, and it smells like they're cooking supper, and it's dark outside, and sparks are going up. Of course, not right now because not here in the physical, but get out in nature and enjoy yourself. Don't forget to ask your guides to help you. Free will universe. Enough said, right? Don't forget to ask them every morning, every evening, every 15 minutes when you're going through a rough period. They're watching you. I think you keep forgetting to ask for your help sufficiently because they're not busy enough, and they want to help you. And there's a lot of things that they can help you with. And when I saw that, I got the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is, if you ask them for help, they can help transmute a lot of the energy that you don't have to deal with. One of the things I found when I'm working with people right now is that you can clean up a lot of energy, and but forget to get rid of it. So it sits there like black gook, but you've already worked through it, but you haven't thrown it out. So go through your energy, or through the chakras, whatever. Find the black gook, get rid of it, send it up to the universe to be recycled, because energy cannot be killed. Get rid of it can only be recycled, right? That is, at least that's how it works. Clean that up. You'll find that will lighten your energy load a lot. And with what 0 point energy is, go in to the 0 point energy, because that's the point of creation. 0 point energy is where you can flip between dimensions and things like that, and talk to your guides from that point. And I think you'll find that things move a lot faster for you if you can do this. 0 point energy is the point between the cells. Okay.
Divine Empress says, thanks a lot, honey. I'm so thankful for you both.
Thank you.
Carol asks, if possible, I would love for you to pull me a card.
I can never pull just one card. mostly because I like things in groups. Okay. First of all, this was first card out, and it's a little strange. It's the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is making a change and making it without thinking it through, but you're supported. So don't worry about it. Go for it. The work you're doing right now, it feels really heavy, but you don't know how much more there is to do. It probably if you make a sudden change or quick change, it will come to an end. The Tower moment came up. And Tower moments, contrary to belief, are really actually good for you. Not because they do hurt, but because they give you a new viewpoint. It's old belief systems being cut off at the ankles, and new energy coming in, new energy that shifts and change. It has to do with who you think you are. It's the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is very self-assured, very confident, and I'm 100% convinced that you put out the energy of being confident, but there's part of you that thinks that you're not that. That's the Eight of Swords. That there's a part of you that thinks you're a hoax. Well, this is the truth. You were a master craftsman, and you have the ability to help people. You have the ability to do what you're doing extremely well. And if you can allow yourself to be confident and self-assured, you will do it even better. And with you, remember that we are all part of the universe. If you've listened to Dolores Cannon when she talks about creation, and she says the universe, I prefer the universe over the term God. The universe wanted to know itself better. It spewed out a bunch of sparks, and a lot of them became different things, plants, rocks, galaxies, but some of them become souls. So if you stop and realize that your soul is part of the divine, how can you be wrong? You can learn lessons, but you're never wrong. All right? Okay. Did I catch you unawares?
A little bit.
Oh, Jellybean had to have the pillows moved out of the place so she could get up.
Yeah, she needed her special place fixed.
We don't spoil our dogs
Not even
at
a little
all.
bit.
Not even a little bit.
D Sparks says, I have been introducing a new puppy to the family. I have been wanting to get out more. I have not been taking care of myself as usual, not getting enough rest in a good way. Thank you.
Okay, well, puppy, you're totally forgiven. I mean, when the last puppy we had, for weeks I get up in the middle of the night and take the puppy out to go pee and say hi and everything, just because that's what you do with new puppies.
I was gonna say that was 10 years coming up 10 years ago.
No,
but
5
that was
years
Lily
ago.
was our last puppy.
Yeah.
Forgot for a minute there. And Carol says, thank you, spot on.
Well,
Ava says, that is beautiful. We are stardust. We are golden. Comes in my mind.
we are. We're part of the divine. People like to say that people on Earth, and Earth is by far the hardest course we go through. Once you start, you cannot stop until you get to the other side. And sometimes we take 60 odd lifetimes to learn one silly lesson. I think it's because we get a charge out of it. And we're not in a rush to get out of here because food tastes better and it's exciting. I mean, we're all hooked on trauma dramas to some extent, right? But once we get through it, we have graduated. But if you stop and remember, every single one of us is a spark of the divine. We know everything there is to know already. We just have to allow ourselves to remember it and allow ourselves to go back to being who we truly are. I keep telling people I'm just an amoeba, just a pure energy being, an amoeba. And everybody looks at me and laughs, but who's to say I'm not just a pure energy being that looks like an amoeba and just floats through the universe? No home planet. Okay.
D Spark says my puppy has the bladder of a walnut.
Of course they do. What kind of puppy do you have?
Carol says part of the divine. I love it.
Oh, we are. And what is it? The hologram? Every tiny piece is a fractal of the full. And that's also the quantum physics. If you look at life, look at spirituality, you look at the magic in spirituality and realize it can all be explained by the quantum physics, it becomes less scary. It becomes more real.
Tay Tay asks, hello ladies.
Hey, Tay Tay.
Do my guides have a message for me?
I'm not sure what happened, but they're giving you they're bolstering up your yourself. They're saying just hang in there. It's fine. Everything's working out fine, and that what you're going through right now is just the step before things get really bright and shiny. You know how your mom wants to move? I think that might be one of the next things that happen, is that it just falls into place pretty soon, which will be good for you too. But before that happens, unfortunately, it appears that you have to let certain things leave. And I hope that's good news, not bad news.
D Sparks answers mini Australian Shepherd named Sydney.
Oh, I love the mini Australian Shepherds. They are kind of cool. I've known a few. They're very, very family oriented. They don't care about other people at all, and I like that. I never get that. I always get socialites, but
Sydney has an older sister named Ava, who is a golden doodle.
oh yeah, I bet. That would be also a lot of energy.
Yep.
Too much energy for me, but they're beautiful and smart.
Carol says, P.S. My partner is the Knight of Swords. LOL. If I want deep and meaningful, I'll listen to the Wisdom Seekers. Sounds better than research investigator. Haha.
I don't know. I think research investigator is a lot of fun. I've always enjoyed research as long as it's what I'm interested in, and But if you have to research for, say, a law firm, it might not be quite as much fun. Knight of Swords, huh? So he's got a sharp tongue, and he cuts away the dross quite emphatically. Or okay, yeah, good luck with that. That would be if you've got a thick hide, or you don't get hooked by his energy, that'd be a really good relationship to have. But I'm sure he knows how to hook your energy too.
Tay Tay says, thank you. I always had a feeling that once we move, things will get better.
I feel that.
There is a lot of stuck energy in our home, so I do hope we move soon. I feel like it's soon. It's almost like something goes twing and everything moves, just like boop, 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 boop.
And I keep seeing that. I keep seeing for a lot of people, I see dominoes falling. Once the first domino goes, bam, it's done. It's just hair straight back.
Carol adds, yes, he doesn't think things through.
Yeah. Usually the Knight of Swords is a tiny bit on the young side. But, and they also think they're right.
That's it for right now.
Well, we've been on 45 minutes.
Yeah.
That's been good. I will try and come back. I will try and come back once a week. The next week, and will try. Weekend after, can't promise. I'm going in to have my thumb operated on. I don't know how much pain that will ensue. I'm trusting that. I'm trusting that I my pain tolerance is high enough that I won't notice. Hopefully, but if it isn't, I'll be drugged out of my skull. So I may or may not be on the weekend after. Anyhow, it's been a blast. Thank you very much for everybody who's been on. And next week, try and do it around the same time. Namaste, namasko. I love you, and you I do love. Bye.